and a warm welcome to this special edition of To The Point, coming to you from Guwahati in Assam, a state which is headed for the assembly elections. The political temperatures are already rising and the state is headed for a major showdown between Congress and BJP, given the recent success of BJP in the civic polls. Joining me now is a veteran Congress leader and the Chief Minister of Assam, Mr. Tarun Gogoi. So welcome on To The Point. Mr. Gogoi, let me begin by asking you, are you facing the toughest period in your political career at the moment?
No, I thought we faced toughest earlier also.
Okay.
Much more toughest than this. This is in 86 also, then 96 also. So this is not the first time that we are going to face such challenges.
But why I said toughest was that this is your third tenure, and of course assembly elections are now just in about a year's time.
Yeah.
And there is a perception that, you know, BJP is making inroads into Assam and probably Congress might not win in the next assembly elections.
So definitely after third term is definitely some incumbencies are definitely bound to be there also. So there's no doubt about it. But my political career, I don't consider is we are going to face the toughest challenges from the BJP also. Because the BJP's wave is just, the wave is not there. But it was 9 months before also.
So what about the recent civic elections which have just happened? The Congress bastions have been breached. It's been like a firewall which has been breached. Areas like Jorhat and all, the BJP has won. What was the reason?
Earlier also, Jorhat was all along, earlier was with the opposition also. Only last 2 times also we had that. Most of the towns earlier, I don't say that, is most of the town committees or the municipalities were dominated by the opposition party.
But so victory for BJP in the civic polls does leave the party in an upbeat mood and the Congress cadres look very demotivated.
I don't think Congress is demotivated. Our base is in the rural areas. Not now. Even in 52 election also. After independence also. I'm not talking of today.
But sir, the way the BJP is making inroads along with the support of the RSS cadres, they are playing the Hindu card and gaining foothold in the rural bastions and also the urban bastions of Assam. Is that not a reason for you to worry as a political leader?
I am definitely worried because they are playing the Hindu cards, the religious cards, and sentiment cards plays a very, has some impact, no doubt about it.
Right.
Because earlier also I will tell you, when AGP was also there, it is the RSS who played the role behind even the AGP time also. This is when there was a foreigners agitation.
Right.
That time also we faced the toughest and we are considered as an enemy of the society, enemy of the whole state also. We are boycotted few years. We couldn't go to my own relation house. That was a time. Congressmen were killed, congressmen were hated like anything. That time also, behind the scheme, it was RSS.
But sir, is the state government so helpless? Is the state government so helpless at this point of time that you cannot prevent RSS cadres and the BJP's foot soldiers to play the Hindu card the way they are doing it right now?
We are not helpless. We are facing it, we will face it, and you will see the result also.
But sir, in Lok Sabha elections we saw that polarization. For example, in states like UP, the state was heavily polarized because of the Muzaffarnagar riots, and then later on so many incidents happened. And we did see BJP coming out successfully in states like UP as well. So are you not worried that BJP will try and replicate the same formula in Assam?
The emotional cards, yes, does play for a short time. It can be a permanent. Whether regional sentiment. So
are you hinting at the fact that BJP could try and gain foothold in Assam because of the Hindu card?
Yeah, that's so true. Otherwise they would not have been. What else they have delivered here? You see, during NDA time also.
Right.
You see, they did the greatest injustice to the people of Assam. Not a single major project they have taken. During the NDA time, you see, the people had all the experience also. Even that time in Assam, there was a secret killing also. They didn't stop it also.
But sir, as far as the perceptions are considered, I mean, talking about the perception of the Congress party in Assam, people are saying that it is riddled with infighting, factionalism, and you have your own former minister, Himanta Kumar Biswa Sarma, who had been fomenting a lot of trouble for the party itself. So what is the real situation right now?
No, now there is no such infighting. Everybody is working for the Congress. You don't hear in fighting in the Congress these days.
But are there not fears that factions like that of Sarma will eventually go to BJP? They will help and ensure BJP's victory in the state?
You see, I don't think anybody will go. I don't think. And the common workers, the moral strength is still there. You see, we organize a big meeting. We organize a camps also. We are going to also organize also. But BJP, they are very good in propaganda. For marketing, they are very good. But that marketing also, it may carry people for
But what stops Congress from marketing itself?
Marketing, we are bad. That's I must admit also.
No, but what stops you from marketing?
Marketing is some expert. I am not expert at marketing, just like.
But in Lok Sabha elections, a lot of experts were hired. Expensive agencies were hired for advertising, for marketing.
We didn't
but
do
even
it.
Then that
no,
didn't
we
work.
didn't
I'm
do
talking about the national level.
Even national level also, they are not as good as
that of the BJP.
As it is. Nobody can beat BJP also. That's no doubt even today.
So
and the research wise, they have got much more resources. All the corporate houses with them. You see, they could spend money like anything. I know the AICC, how much the financial problem they've been facing also. The constraint they've been facing today also, I know.
Right.
But BJP, they don't have a problem.
But according to you, sir, what is your assessment about the coming assembly polls as far as the prospects of Congress are concerned?
Congress is a good prospect because, you see...
Despite all these...
despite all
losses
these...
which Congress
is facing
yes,
because we will get the time also. And BJP is also, the people get a chance also. You see how much they could deliver.
Okay.
And I have my doubt. You see, the BJP, they will not be able to deliver goods. And whatever they promise, every promise, even for Assam also, they are turning a U-turn for all the promises. You see, for example, you see, they were opposing.
Are you pointing out at the Niti Aayog meeting which recently happened?
I am not talking of Niti Aayog. I am talking of Assam. Niti Aayog is a general. You see, for example, Assams, they say the land deal with the Bangladesh.
Right.
They were opposed to us, 210-0. And today, and that was the reason for which we are ousted also. That is the number one. Second, they talked about Subansiri Dam.
Right.
So that dam also today, you see, we are in favor of the dam. They say no.
So all these BJP U-turns you're talking about is because of the political reasons, it's very clear.
It's a political reasons. And even for Assam also, I will give you. You see, we'll go in a big way. There was a very big flood, severe flood. Till today, they have not given a single pie.
But sir, you've spoken about the way the central government is showing a stepmotherly treatment towards states like Assam. But what about the Congress party at the national level? What is happening? Congress is losing elections in states after states, Delhi being the recent example where it absolutely drew a blank. Why is there a perception that Congress party is in a slumber right now? Nobody seems to be
you see, Congress party, I don't think is in slumber also. Some setback is there, I must admit.
But how long will they take to come out of that setback?
No, we will come back. You see, Congress will know how to fight back. I have seen Indira's time.
But how many elections does a party need to wake up?
No, not necessarily.
Haryana, Maharashtra.
After that, it will power. Now every state will pick up. You see, even I have noticed also, even what you call this Rajasthan. Our vote share has gone up in the panchayat election.
But sir, you are a veteran leader, you've been at the centre yourself, you've seen the Congress party growing. What is the real problem at the moment? Is it the organizational problem or the problem is with the leadership?
No, I don't see, because the Congress we rule for a long time. And these days, even you see for the UPA government for 10 years, earlier nobody could. You see, naturally people these days, they want a little changes. Some anti-incumbency always is there. Even the BJP, for the 9 months, the way they lost their popularity in Delhi election, you don't see any other.
But time and again, just a few months ago, you said that Rahul Gandhi is a leader who needs mentoring from Sonia Gandhi.
I do. Yes, we was here. We need everybody.
But does that statement of yours implies that Rahul Gandhi is a reluctant leader who doesn't?
No, I don't think he's a reluctant.
And he's immature.
No, I don't say. His experience is always necessary. You see, in politics or even in life, even for everything, experience is necessary also. necessary. We need senior people.
But sir, why is he perceived as a reluctant prince of
No,
Congress?
no,
who doesn't
no,
want
no.
to-
These are media perception. These are all media perception. Maybe.
But sir, when perceptions are built, then it's the leaders who fight out the perceptions also.
See, ultimately it will prove also, because we have seen also. It's a perception, yes. Sometimes they give the impression that he is a reluctant. You see, he is not a reluctant leader. I don't accept, but he is not what you call.
He's not active the way the leaders should be. Congress still
I don't think
appears
is he acting in such a way, so that you get a lot of publicity also. But one is acting sincerely is a different thing.
But sir, what is the reason why Congress appears to be a party which is, you know, just fond of practicing the old style of politics? They don't want to come out and, you know, experiment something new. Why is that perception?
Definitely Congress will have to experience with the new also. And with the changes of time also, politics has to be changed. Propaganda has to be changed. So there's no doubt about it. And Congress will
So
know
who's going to initiate that? Is it going to be Sonia Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi?
No, everybody will. You see, definitely Sonia Gandhi is our head.
Right.
He is also, everybody. It's not a job of one people.
There are certain quarters in Congress which are saying that, you know, time now is ripe to put Rahul Gandhi at the forefront and Sonia Gandhi should take a back seat. What is your assessment?
I say, I am not in favor of that. I say Sonia
You're not
Gandhi
in favor of Rahul Gandhi coming at the forefront?
No, I say both should come.
Both should come.
I am not saying that he has not come.
Okay.
But Sonia Gandhi should be back front. I said the board should be in the forefront.
Okay.
This is my concept, is board should in the front, the fight front way.
I hope Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi are listening to you, and I'm sure they will see the program. But I'll have to take a break here. When we come back, we talk about as to what is ailing the northeastern state of Assam. Back in a moment. Welcome back. You're watching To The Point with Assam Chief Minister Mr. Tarun Gogoi. Mr. Gogoi, Assam is the largest producer of tea in India, and a huge chunk of it goes out to other countries as well. But what is the reason why Assam tea does not have a competitive edge in the market? What is the reason?
You see, that's a complaint. I do also make the same complaint to a tea board also. You see, in publicity also, in marketing in India is also lagging behind. We are lagging behind even Sri Lanka, even lagging behind in Kenya also, in marketing. Though Modi is good in marketing and politics, in commerce, I don't think we are very good in marketing also.
So what is the reason why the centre has not been assisting you on this front? Are they now thinking that when BJP comes to power in the state government, that is when they will try and reshape marketing?
I took up earlier also when Jaitley was the Minister for Industries and all. They didn't do it. Subsequently, when the Prime Ministers, Manmohan Singh became the Prime Ministers, then the Singh was the Minister.
But UPA was there for 10 years there at that point of time?
Yeah, they did. They gave a package for this productivity. But we need further package also.
But so as far as the labour in the tea gardens is concerned, they are constantly living in a state of hunger and deprivation. And right now we heard that all the rations are going to be stopped. The free rations which they were getting from the Food Corporation of India. Have you spoken to the central government on this? What are they actually saying?
You see, we have already taken up. You see, all right, you give it, but they are a little reluctant also. The government of India also. But that, you see, that they buy it at our what you call FCI rate. Not that they are giving free.
I was speaking to a few central leaders who said that, you know, it was a direction given by the state government to stop this supply of rations to the tea workers.
Naturally, as per their direction. As per, I myself took it up. I say, let it be continued. This problem will arise, all this. I took it up. I can give the copy of the letter also.
Okay.
Not that I have not taken up. And everybody knows it also. I myself took it up.
Right. But sir, as far as the land or the tea plantations are concerned, the land is very limited, but the workforce on the tea gardens is multiplying manifold. How are you really addressing this problem?
I have been telling them also.
Issue.
It is a serious, even today also. The vast majorities are not a permanent laborers. Even today, that problem is still happening. That's why, unless we have got that Mahatma Gandhi National Employment Guarantee soon, they would have faced a lot of problems. Even for that Mahatma Gandhi Employment Guarantee schemes, the government of India reduce our allocation.
Okay.
It will affect tea garden area also. It has helped to a great extent.
So you are saying that they reduced your allocations, but what about the general plan expenditure? Has that also been cut down?
Yeah, it is going to about, we estimated it's going to about 3,500 crores.
So you recently met Narendra Modi at the Niti Ayog's first meeting. Did you ask him as to how much is going to be allocated for a northeastern state like Assam?
I didn't raise that because that was not a discussion for. That was for governing bodies. How the Niti is to function.
Because you did say that your state needs 5% extras compared to other states.
I talk about principle. I say my state is lagging behind. So to catch up with others, because the purpose of the Niti Ayog or the Planning Commission to remove the regional disparity. So to remove the disparity, you need an extra assistance to me. Unless you give the same amount of money or same assistance, it will not work. How could I catch up with all the advanced states?
But what is the kind of assurance which you have got from the Prime Minister? Because he keeps talking about a concept like cooperative federalism.
He's talk about cooperative. Even today, there is no cooperative federalism. There is a more concentration of power in the hands of central government.
You mean to say 9 months down the line, you have got no assistance from the central government?
No, the same principle is followed. But even today, not only that, I mentioned even in a Niti Ayog meeting in presence of Prime Minister, even as it is today, it is in the hands of the central. The power is still concentrated in the hands of the central government.
So which means that the concept of cooperative federalism or what Narendra Modi is talking about is just a hogwash.
It was a hogwash, it was in the paper till today.
It's only on paper, you say?
It's on paper. And I still doubt central government, whether they are very clear about the functioning of Niti Ayog.
Okay.
I told in a meeting, I say myself is confused. I don't know what role they are going to play.
So there is no direction also to the state governments as to what actually Niti Ayog is going to do?
I will tell you.
Because you are the state head and you yourself are saying that you are not clear.
I am not clear. No chief minister is clear, I will tell you.
If no chief minister is clear, which is a very clear indication of the fact that the central government has not been communicating to the state heads properly.
That I don't know. The fact that I am not clear. Even today, I don't know how much money I will get from the center. For me also to prepare a budget, which is going to start from the next month.
So you have not been able to drop your budget as well because of that?
That I am not clear cut. We are just giving on a certain 10% average increase or something. That way we will prepare a budget. But till today, I don't know any other states also. Same problem is there. Earlier the planning, we go to the planning commission. They discuss. Supposing we have not been able to utilize the money, they don't give it.
Right.
So they see how much money.
But one reason which central government keeps giving is, and that is that the utilization certificate has not been given by the state government.
That money you deduct it. Why don't you give it other money?
Okay.
You see, that is the job of a planning commission. How much money you could spend.
But sir, is it mandatory, Mr. Gogoi, is it mandatory on the part of the state government to produce a utilization certificate and then only your money is allocated?
I do say that also sometimes you also release the money late. You see, how could you give it release? Supposing you use the money the last month of March or just before the March. Right. How can I give it within the March? Because you have to spend the money.
You mean to say that they can deduct the utilization money and then they can allocate
not only
the other
that,
amount.
even this time also I told, supposing I utilize 70%, 30% I have not utilized. Why you are depriving 70%?
Right. Absolutely. Sir, coming to a very serious issue now, and that is of the ethnic conflicts which are so common and they are at an alarming frequency. They keep happening at an alarming frequency. It's very easy to pass the buck on the center saying that, they don't send the forces, but ultimately the law and order is in the hand of the state, is in the hands of the state. So why have you've been in the state for the last 3 terms. Why has it been so difficult on your part to stem the problem like this?
I will tell you. You see, sometimes it is not ethnic clashes. You see, last, for example.
The recent Adivasi killings which happened.
Adivasi, it is extremist killing. I don't consider it as ethnic clashes.
Right.
It is not between a fight between the Bodus and non-Bodus. It is a certain small group of Bodu militants. They kill all these people. It should not be described as an ethnic clashes. This is a wrong perception.
But sir, when Bodos fight with Muslims or when Bodos fight with other communities who are not in the mainstream.
Yes, that time was earlier, it was different. I am talking about last.
Right.
You see, last time it was not a Bodus or the non-Bodus are fighting, or the Adivasis are fighting.
Right.
It is a small extremist group. So extremist group dealing with the content is my job, but primary responsibility is center. Extremists. I am not talking about day to day. If there is a day to day law and order, yes, responsibility lies with the state government. When dealing with insurgency, the primary responsibility lies with the central government. For example, here the army chief, he is the head of the operation group for counter-insurgency. My DGP is not. DGP is, yes, he is head for the law and order.
Right.
Because counter-insurgency is a different things. It doesn't confine within the state. Somebody stays outside the state, somebody outside the country also. So to deal with the insurgency, you need a little more sophisticated, much more trained people.
But sir, talking specifically
so
about...
I also responsible,
Right.
I don't say, but is it to put a blame on? Insurgency different thing, ethnic classes is different, law and order is different.
But sir, why is there a perception that the state government is not very serious as far as solving the problem of the clashes between Bodos and Muslims is concerned? Why is that perception?
We are very serious. That's why today it has been contained to a great extent.
Right.
You see today, yeah, problem are still there. I don't say. The problem is sometimes land problem, sometimes unemployment problem. Unless you provide employment opportunity. That's why I have been talking. I say unless you solve the unemployment problem. You see, for example, I have been talking all along, even the Prime Minister also. Here, you see, my erosion problem. You see, my erosion, for example, every year 8,000 hectares they have been eroded.
Right.
So last so many years, about 4 lakh hectares. So my population has been on the rise, but the land area has on the decline. So it's a mismatch.
But sir,
so
there are 52 ethnic communities in Assam, and we've seen that a large number of communities, they have not come into the mainstream except for a few Bodo communities which are there. And the primary reason for all the problems becomes a land issue, and land is something which the state can easily solve. So why are you not solving the land problem?
That's why, you see, and for them I've been telling, you see, same thing. Supposing you can rehabilitate them here also.
Okay.
Because your area has been rehabilitated.
Right.
So somebody has gone to the jungles. Ultimately, people has to live.
Right.
You see, if they don't have any place to live, you see, whatever you may say, maybe illegal or whatever may be.
But sir, even the senior Congress leaders time and again, like Digvijay Singh, have said that, time is ripe now to take a relook at the Bodo Accord which was signed. So are you ready to revisit the Bodo Accord again?
You see, I don't think that relook is enough unless you provide employment. This is my development is the only way.
Okay.
Accord is a.
So first you're saying that we should find avenues of employment and then only you talk about that.
Is a livelihood. If you provide livelihood, other issues can be resolved. Other problems are there. I don't say the problems are there.
But sir, all things are interconnected. You don't have industries coming to your state because of the security problems. You don't have any software technology.
Where is the question? These are all wrong perception. How the tea industry is doing, how my refinery is doing.
But sir, why are the private industries not willing to
you see, why they will come here? Because here there is no market. You see, who will come to here? You see, that's why I say the
why
government.
Why can't Assam have a software technology park? Maybe
yes, we are having,
the IT
but
sector?
Unless government come in a big way.
Okay.
That's the reason I was taking. I say, you have been talking about private. I say, no. Northeast, you need a public investment.
Okay.
That's why I am opposing this market economy.
Okay.
Why I am opposing market economy? Market economy means
it's all going to be corporate driven and the corporates would not like to come here. That's what
nobody
you're saying.
will come. I say here the public investment must be more. Yes, your advanced stage is different things. In Gujarat, yes. So here we need public investment much more. Government institute. For example, today there is a large number of educational institutes, private, medical college. Here nobody is coming.
But sir, you already said that everything is on paper. There are no delivery of promises made by the central government. So what is your one message which you would send to Narendra Modi as a Prime Minister?
No, I have been taking up and I will go on taking up also. He listened to me. I met 3 times also. I met everybody also. They are very nice.
Okay.
Nice to talk. Very nice to everybody also. But it's a good thing to be nice. Socially they are very nice. But I want some in practice in the ground reality. This is
it's only lip service but no action, what you say.
No action. I want the board surgery. I want the service to love Assam from your heart.
So you want Prime Minister Narendra Modi to do less of lip service and more of action for Assam?
More Assam also. So that is my... otherwise very nice, talk nicely. He do praises me in the Niti Aayog also.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gogoi. It was a pleasure talking to you on To The Point.
Very nice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So that's it on this episode of To The Point. See you next time with another personality. Goodbye and thanks for watching.